Hey guys, it's Eric Carmen from Nerdy Geek Talk, source for your nerdy geeky needs, here with episode 1 of Intermission Bots. I don't know, preliminary. It's before
Intercity bots?
Intercity.
I
I don't.
think that means a different thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna refrain from that. Um,
Oh,
but we'll do intermission bots. I don't know. Uh, it's the thing before.
The
It's just us
thing.
doing normal episodes before we get to the new format of episodes. So, yeah, we're back in our normal fashion. Soon to be back in our new fashion. Also, I would just like to provide a quick little shout out to Miguel for falling asleep and not being on the recording because
Yay.
he's asleep.
Yay.
But joining me today, we have not Miguel. No, but we have Michael. Michael, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Matthew, how are you?
Could be better, but not awful.
Hey Matthew,
Hmm.
what's your last name?
Zeus.
Oh, okay. Just making sure. And Jared, how are you, Jared?
Yay. Doing pretty good, actually. Haven't fallen off the bed in a while, which is fun. And, yeah.
What?
I thought that was a thing that we did, or I mentioned last time. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Jared, you're off the wagon? What?
I
What?
don't even know where I was going with that. I'm doing good.
When did
How
you
are you?
did you fall off the bed recently?
Did you
Whenever
fall
my
off the wagon, Jared?
whenever
I
my
You mentioned it to me, Jared, but I think that was when we weren't recording.
yeah. That was whenever my first IDW model prime got destroyed.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about because you said that you were displaying him with your nemesis now.
Yeah.
I understand now. That was a
Mhm.
little complicated though.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So
Mhm.
then you didn't fall off the wagon.
Not off the wagon. I don't think.
Okay. Just
He
want to
was,
make sure you're okay,
Attached to a
buddy.
wagon?
he was never on the wagon.
No.
He missed that. He missed the wagon stop. Anyways, uh today, Michael, what is today?
Today is in fact, I know I pulled this up. Where did it go?
It's Tuesday. It's
It-
it's the beginning of the
Sure.
spooky month.
Michael's trying to pretend like I didn't just throw him. I threw him for a surprise because I didn't say
No,
that he would
I
have to do this, and
genuinely,
he didn't do his job because he never does his job.
legitimately, I looked it up and I don't know where it went because I
It's the
was
beginning of the spooky
first.
month.
The first one was about the voice of Cybertron backstop in one of the foreign languages being born. That was like one of the first ones.
It's the beginning of the spooky month.
Yes,
Happy
it's-
spooky month.
Yes. Masahiko Tanaka, Japanese voice of Cybertron backstop, is born 1954. That's not the actual fact of the date, but we are recording on October 1st. And on this day, we also, more interestingly, we have the Transformers episode Changing Gears premiering in the US in 1985. And then Dark Awakening, just because, fits in with the spoopiness of premiering on this day in 1986.
Is Changing Gears the one where Gears gets like taken over by Megatron?
Yes.
That episode is one of the most messed up things.
Yeah.
I got to that episode while marathoning G1 like all night, and it was like 3 in the morning, and that came on, and I watched it, and I was like, this is actually terrifying. The Autobots are terrifying in this episode at the end. But anyways,
Yep.
What did the Autobots did?
they were just like joking about like, can we not restore his personality because we don't like him? And they're all like, ha 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 ha. All right,
Oh,
let's put it back
no.
in, even though we wish.
Yay, 80s.
Yeah.
Anywho,
But yeah, that is what today is, October 1st. Woohoo! Um, so we haven't been on in a while, so there's lots of stuff to talk about. I think what we'll talk about first. Well, you know what? We'll talk about the Unicron thing first because this is leading into New York Comic Con. Because Unicron will be there, so I'm sure basically all of you know that there is a HasLab crowdfunded Unicron that has started. I don't think we haven't had a show since it started, right? That has been published. Have we? No, we haven't because it's before
No,
TFCon. So yeah,
because the last one was like right before TFCon Canada,
yep,
and it was announced after that.
yes. So yeah, HasLab Unicron is a thing. And they've been struggling. They didn't meet the original deadline, so they extended it. Um, and it is now up to about 7,000. And this is 5 days before it's supposed to be at 8,000 fully funded. But from what we've heard, it seems like because the pace has been picking up and because it seems that there are other online retailers who have yet to place their orders, that it's definitely going to make its goal. We don't know that for sure. We will as of next episode because they'll know by the end of New York Comic Con. But as of right now, they just updated it too with the fact that he has a stand for his removable head. He has more articulation in his fingers now. He has every knuckle in every finger, I believe.
Yeah, 15 points of articulation as opposed to the original 6, which means they got scared enough that they were like, we're going to redesign the hand to try to entice people more.
Which I'm glad that they did because originally, whenever I'd seen the pictures of him holding Galvatron over his mouth, I was like, "Oh, like look, his fingers are all moving," and I just kind of thought to myself, like, "Oh, all his fingers are articulated," and then I realized that they weren't all fully articulated. And I was like, "Oh, that sucks." And then this update came out, and I was like, "Oh, hey, one of my main gripes just got fixed." So that's
And
cool.
what now? There's also Autobot Shuttle and Hot Rod minifigures
Yes.
in addition to the Galvatron,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
and as well as that headstand thing. They also mentioned you'll get a special copy of a Unicron comic, which is basically what the Transformers animated movie as published by IDW, and then the final chapter, the final issue of the Unicron saga.
Oh, I thought it was the first issue of the Unicron story. Is it the last one?
I could be wrong. I just forgot. I'm looking at the news article, and it must be on a different article because I'm not seeing it here.
It's definitely either the first or the last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's the first. I think that's what
First
Miguel
would
said,
make
but I don't know.
Last would also kind of make some sense.
I would prefer the last, but either way, it comes with the exclusive. Who drew it? I forget. Is it? Was it Andrew Griffith?
Yeah, Andrew Griffith. With the special cover
Yeah, special
reference.
cover. That's
first
referencing
issue.
Transformers issue 1. But it's with Unicron, and it looks pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, I really like it.
Yeah.
So
I just love Hot Rod there, though.
I know Hot Rod's so. But yeah, so that's a thing, and we'll find out this coming week if it will indeed become a thing. I can say as of right now that I know Miguel said he's supporting it. Jared, you are, right?
Correct.
And then I am. And Michael and Zeus, you guys are not, correct?
No.
You think
That's
I have
what I
that kind of money?
Yeah, no, it's a struggle. And I also just found out that I got taken off the waiting list by Hot Toys Collectibles for their Scarlet Spider figure, who is my favorite superhero of all time. And guess when the billing date is?
October 6th.
October 6th, the same day as the Unicron billing date. Ah.
Have fun.
So yeah, I'm going to be selling like a massive chunk of my collection. I realized that I've needed to probably cut down on a decent amount of my stuff anyways, so I think that this is a good opportunity to do so. And I'll be able to actually afford the fact that those two things are in 5 days and Force Friday is in 3 days. So, yeah.
Oof.
Oh, so much money. Anyways, by the way, in case any of you do happen to like Star Wars, there's plenty of different exclusives that will be at all different kinds of stores on Friday. So go to whichever store you want. Friday, whenever they open to get Star Wars merchandise. But if you like clones like I do, supposedly there's nothing's been revealed yet, but a Commander Fox Black Series figure that will be in GameStops on Friday. So no one has seen what it looks like, and I'm very excited to find out what it looks like and to hopefully buy it because I'll be at GameStop literally the second they open to make sure I buy that. So yeah. Also Hasbro rocks with Power Rangers. Anyways, let's move on to the big thing, which is that today, who did the scoop on it? I forget now.
IG,
Who?
IGN.
Oh, it was IGN, which revealed the next chapter of the War for Cybertron trilogy, which is not Cybertron related because it's called Earthrise.
Should have been Earthfall.
We'll have to see where that goes. Now we got some listings before too, and this lines up with them, but it isn't all of them. Mainly, I think there's a Starscream Earth mode that we haven't seen yet.
There's a lot missing
Yeah.
because
What else was in the listings?
there were 2 MicroMaster packs, presumably full wave of deluxes, because there were 4.
What were the other deluxes in the listing?
Wheeljack, Hoist, and someone else.
Oh shoot! I didn't realize Hoist was in those listings. Yeah, I knew Wheeljack was. Wheeljack, Hoist, and then we know that because we have it revealed here. Ironworks is deluxe, which is
Yeah.
a not weaponizer.
It's basically a weaponizer, but to become various battle stations. But it does separate into parts exactly like Battlemasters.
It doesn't look like it has as many 5mm ports, though, is my only thing that I'm like, huh. So I don't know if you can attach it to figures the same way. Or not. You might be able to. I can't. I don't know. There's a decent amount of ports on some of the parts. But, yeah.
So I'm trying to find that original article.
It is very, very neat, though. We have... So, okay, let's just go through. Let's go smallest to biggest.
Found it.
Micromasters first. We get one set. What's their patrol? What's it called?
Hot Rod Patrol.
What is it?
Hot Rod Patrol.
Oh, I was thinking of Race Car Patrol. I was like, I thought we already got Hot Rod Patrol. No, yeah, Race Car Patrol. Which is Big Daddy, who's been renamed. Is it Daddy-O?
Daddy-O.
And what's the other one? Looks like tailgate.
Trip Up.
It looks like Prime Tailgate that turn in alt mode that turns into Minimus Ambus in robot mode.
His name's Trip Up.
Well, Trip Up is a baby between Prime Tailgate and Minimus Ambus. Tell me I'm wrong, Twitter.
And
more like it's more like Springer and Tailgate.
There's too much white.
Yeah.
No, but his head shape is like Springer, kind of.
He has more forehead crest, I think. I don't know, but either way, it's not that important because he's just a little Micromaster, and he's not Big Daddy.
Yeah, and by the way, they are listed as War for Cybertron E3. So, because the new numbering system starts up again.
So, presumably, there are 2 sets before them that will be in Wave 1.
Don't forget Battlemasters!
Oh, there will be 2 Battlemasters, presumably, before them.
Yeah.
Do we have names for the Battlemasters or no?
We
Do
don't.
even
The
know
most is a separate article not connected to the very substantial likelihood of these listings.
Mm-hmm.
But it sounds like one of the new Battlemasters is going to be named Sound Barrier.
Oh,
So I don't know what that's about.
interesting. That's very interesting, actually. Oh, wait, do you think it's going to be a bear?
I don't know.
It might be a bear. They really like their animal battle master pun names.
Please
True.
make him a bear.
Please.
I mean,
make a
it's
bear.
spelled like sound barrier would normally be
Yeah,
spelled.
no, I know, but I mean, they did like Taraxodon and it. Anyways, but then we get one deluxe, which is Ironworks, which I did not realize previously to this because everyone's a big. This isn't what anyone expected exactly.
No.
But it is sort of a combination of what a lot of people expected because Ironworks is really the Micromaster, the yellow Micromaster in the Micromaster 10 pack at Target, but it was renamed Iron
Shred.
and so Ironworks is being used as the name for the deluxe toy of the base that the original Ironworks Micromaster came with. Now Ironworks is the name of the base, not the actual Micromaster in this toy line, and that base is basically a weaponizer that turns into a robot and is very cool. And the base, obviously, that is stated.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Someone already has the missing windmill on shape on
which was
Shapeways.
amazing. That's the fastest turnaround ever.
Yeah.
Good on
Also,
you,
I've seen
Trent.
some people in the theory. They were like, "Hey, just take this piece from which leading into the next figure that we have, which is Voyager class. It's Hoist, right?
Grapple.
No.
Grapple. Yeah, Grapple. Not Hoist. Hoist is green, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then Artfire is white and red, and Inferno is red. Gotcha. Okay. But he comes with that like claw piece, and some people were saying like, "Oh, that could just be placed on the top of the thing, and that's the windmill." Which I mean, it wouldn't look the same, but it would still be.
That can windmill.
I can believe it.
But yeah.
Also, because according to the official description, it says the artistic architect Autobot Grapple features an AIR lock connection point on the truck mode that can attach to the mod. Oh, okay, never mind. It's not.
Yes, you're
Oh,
talking
so
about
they renamed the combat ports air lock connection ports. Okay, to what they are calling modular battle stations like Ironworks.
But honestly, I think that Grapple is one of the best out of the reveals. I think. Well, I mean, honestly, I think they all look really good. But
They do.
I think he's just one of my favorites. I'm really excited for that new mold. It just looks
Yeah.
really good. Like it looks really
Something
good.
new. That's great.
It looks like the masterpiece in Generations.
Form. Yeah.
Agreed.
I'm very much looking forward to getting this brand new figure. Speaking of brand new figures,
Technically, this next one is too.
Yeah.
but you know what I mean.
Siege Leader Optimus Prime.
Which is essentially, people are like, wow, this is so original to do Optimus Prime with Voyager Optimus Prime with a trailer. Like, why has that never been done before? And I'm literally like, you're idiots. You're idiots. They did.
Yeah.
They just did it.
Yeah.
This is
I
the
thought they
second
were
time.
being sarcastic.
I never heard anyone say that.
No, I heard like a lot of people on Twitter being like, wow, this is like actually a really good idea. Like, this is so smart.
I thought they were being sarcastic when they were saying it.
No, the majority of people that I interacted with were like legitimately serious. But yeah, so it appears to basically use a lot of the same engineering, though not identical, because it does look
Yeah,
actually better.
Like the
Not
shoulders and the hips actually are more similar to the Seeker mold in terms of just the way that they articulate.
Yeah, and the hands
Yeah.
are opening and closing.
Because he's got because like the crotch panels are actually connected to the hips and rotate with the hips, unlike on the Siege one.
Where they're
Yeah, where
separate.
it's a diaper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's no longer got those weird
Shoulder
underarm.
flaps.
Yeah, that's the main thing I was surprised at. I was like, oh shoot, they got rid of like his one thing of kibble.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they got the kibble on the underside, and Zeus is right. It looks like he doesn't have any shoulder flaps to allow outward movement, but it's because
The shoulder, it's got a cut in it. It's like the Seeker shoulders.
Yep.
yeah.
And also, I figured out what my problem is with the grill in alt mode. Like, my biggest problem, it doesn't have, like, the dividing part down the middle, so it doesn't look like the grill he has in robot mode on his torso.
That feels like that's to be expected at this point.
Yeah.
No, I know it's fake, but they could at least make it look like it's the same piece, is what I'm
Siege
saying.
Optimus doesn't do that either.
Yeah, but that's because he's got laser stuff there. But for this one, which is supposed to be the Earth mode Optimus, I feel like they could have at least just put the divider there.
Yeah. No, I got what you're saying.
It looks wrong to me this way.
I think it's funny how much it bothers you.
Yeah.
Did
It does
Division
bother
Mode
me.
Prime have a divider down the middle? I don't think the truck...
Like on the, I mean, I have the MP10 and he has it there.
Yeah.
I don't know. It
Anywho,
just doesn't surprise
But
me
yeah,
that much.
and also, based on what else we know about the figure, it seems the head has to flip backwards or just shoves down to transform, because there's no room in his chest to go forward in his chest, because it is now occupied by a matrix cavity.
Thank goodness, that was one of my only problems with Siege Optimus. So, like, honestly, like, while I am a little like, oh wow, they're just redoing Optimus Prime, I am still excited for this figure because it does seem like
Actually,
a 2.0.
Looking at it, I don't think it has that much in common with the Siege. Because,
No.
like, the backpack is going to have to be a completely different transformation. The legs evidently don't transform the same way. The torso
don't think-
doesn't.
Well, I don't.
I mean, it has a similar backpack placement, but the thing is, it looks like that's all contained to the lower half of the torso.
Yeah.
So basically, the top flips around, and then the backpack part is underneath, and that transforms to give us the front of the truck.
So I can dig that. I'm fine with them doing
Oh, that's true, because
Yeah,
it doesn't have top of it. Yeah, it's also because it takes the job of doing well. Okay, the original one already did the bumper, but it does more of the bumper now.
Yeah.
It's the whole bumper.
Yeah, basically, instead of having the thing that flips over the top, it all stays on the back. I think it maybe might have a little bit more in common with, like, the Studio Series figure. Not much, but
It also has yellow eyes. Is another thing to point out.
yeah,
And
which
then-
is
Well-
nice, because I prefer the Yellow Eyes Optimus, and I am right on this. Everyone else is wrong.
No, we're not.
I prefer
Oh, wait.
purple-eyed Optimus.
Oh. And just wait. Could it be that his lower torso rotates around? Wait, no, that doesn't make sense, because then
No, his whole upper torso rotates around, and then the backpack basically would have to unfold to form.
I'm curious how
lower half of the
tall he'll
cap.
be. I really do want to get, like, I'm excited for New York Comic Con to, which I think we can definitely say now because it's in his Twitter name, I think, right?
Let me double check. I'm like 90% sure.
Well, okay. I mean, we know he's going to New York Comic Con. I don't think he specifically mentioned that thing.
Well, but
So-
okay.
Yeah, I just don't want to do it just in case.
No, I'm saying you just said now we can't talk about it because you said that, but we could have talked about it different anyways. It's okay. But anyways, I am very excited to see stuff at New York Comic Con, especially this Prime is my biggest thing. I want to see if he has a roller. I want to see if that Matrix is removable, and I want to see his size. That's my big thing. Is I think he'll be the same, but I want to see if he'll be a little bigger. And then I really just hope he has a roller. I don't think he will, and I just hope that Matrix is removable.
Yeah. I do kind of hope he's about the same size as the Siege one, because the Siege one already scales very well with Magnus, unless they're planning on doing a Magnus, which, they could. They could.
Oh, shoot. I would absolutely buy that. I don't think they will,
No.
but my
I don't
God,
think
I would
I don't
absolutely
think
buy
they'll
that.
do that. I think they'll do the Optimus because that.
Yeah.
But I do want to state a theory that I don't think is necessarily impossible, but it'd be interesting.
I wonder if it's the same theory that I'm having right now.
About it possibly being retooled into the Generation 2 Laser Prime with the long nose cab and the tanker truck, and then that gets done into Scourge and or Toxitron.
Oh no, I had a very different theory.
What?
Maybe we'll get a deluxe roller.
Oh, I
Ooh.
don't know how likely I think that is, but I really like that
I
idea.
feel.
I think
I
it's
feel.
possible. Like I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying I wouldn't
No.
say that it's over 50%.
Yeah,
My
no,
main
it's
thing, though,
very
is
unlikely to happen, but I think it would be cool.
my main thing though is with how Roller scales with most of the other people. I feel like he'd end up as a Micromaster, but I don't know how that would work because he
A
doesn't have.
Micromaster would be too small. If
No.
they still
What
It
about a
could be
Battle
about
Master?
right.
Well,
Maybe a
no.
little small.
if they still had the Legends price point, that would be like the perfect size, but they don't.
But I say the Micromaster price point specifically because the Micromaster interactivity, especially with the trailer and the ramps that seem to be a thing, especially since you can see the connection points that a bunch of the other Micromaster stuff has on the trailer more clearly when it's in the stand-up form.
Yeah.
So I feel like if there is a roller that is not coming with this Prime that is to be released, it would be of a Micromaster scale as opposed to deluxe.
Although I would really like a deluxe one, and you could
That
like
would be.
You can make it like a really. You can make it a smaller deluxe, kind of
you
like
could even make
Refractor.
like the torso turn into the regular roller component as well. You know what I mean? Like roller
And
could
then-
be one of the components, and then the rest could just be like an upgraded or like a bigger roller. You know what I mean? Like
So what you're saying is just heavily retool cog.
yeah, no, essentially along those lines. Yeah,
Yeah.
like where it's like you can have two vehicle, like you can have more than one vehicle, and it's like.
Or
one
wait,
of
what
those is
about
right.
this? What about this? So the torso becomes like the roller vehicle, and the
Mhm.
rest all becomes like a Micromaster base.
I was thinking that, or could be like weapons are placed onto the trailer into some sort of like base stuff, but but along those lines, yeah.
No, yeah, I feel like there's some extra artillery that's not included. I'm trying to remember. I just saw the review on the MP44 recently, and I feel like there's some extra guns that were included that are not here, but I can't be sure.
Wait, what?
Never
Why
mind.
what does that have to do with anything? This isn't MP44. This
Plus,
is
MP44 definitely didn't have more
That
guns.
if they're going to guns, it may be those guns.
I don't think MP44 had more guns. It had other accessories. I'm looking. Oh, and the axe. Where's his axe? That's the other thing. Where it's like.
where is Optimus Axe?
I
I
do
don't know.
like that they did the yellow eyes though for this toy, and then where the siege has the blue. And like honestly, I understand why some people. Oh, well, I understand. I know that Miguel had said that he just got charged for the cell shaded siege Optimus, which he no longer wants because of this Optimus, which I understand. So like that kind of sucks, but like I still feel like the siege and this will easily be able to stand on their own.
Mm-hmm.
Especially,
Well,
with how
especially
different this clearly
since-
seems that we've
yeah.
dove into this more.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of more fine with it because I made my Siege Optimus into a G1 comic Optimus.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Mhm.
I made my Siege Optimus just overloaded with all my Micromasters because from my Micromaster 10 pack. Like he is. I will actually pick him up and jump you guys as you move on.
I really want to combine my Siege Optimus with my Siege Jetfire.
Ooh, yeah.
I need someone to. Hey, so if anyone listening to this knows the fan mode that I'm talking about, I haven't been able to find the picture of it. So if you know the fan mode that uses like it's a Siege Optimus using Siege Jetfire as like a Jetwing Prime upgrade. Jet Power Prime actually technically is what it would be. Yes, I'm a nerd. I know the difference between Jet Power and Jetwing. So I really, really would like to do that with the Siege, but I don't know how to do it. I kind of need help. So if anyone knows the thing I'm talking about, you can find it. Definitely tweet it at me.
I found it.
Oh, you did?
I found it already.
Yay! Send that to me.
Yep.
So
By the
well,
way, T-Formers is
should
back
I-
up.
What?
T-Formers is back up.
Oh, that's good. But I was going to say, while we wait for Jared to get his Optimus, should we talk about what the the other rumored listings were? That seemed
Yeah, so Voyager class, Earth mode Starscream.
yep.
You said deluxe class hoist
And
and deluxe class wheeljack. Very curious, very, very curious what the alt mode of that wheeljack is going to be since this is
and
Earthrise, but.
and deluxe class cliff jumper.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
so they
very
could
excited
make
to
a
see that
smaller
one.
deluxe.
Well, we don't know what it looks
Mm.
like, so I feel like since like there are definitely like larger bots in the deluxes in Siege, it is
Oh.
entirely possible this will be a smaller deluxe with larger accessories.
Yeah, that's what I would guess, especially because you
But
could have
again,
the bazooka.
we don't know. Like, how many different guesses were there on Ironworks, and I don't think any of them hit the nail on the head.
No, like a lot of them had parts right,
Yeah.
but not the whole base of parts that turns into
Yeah.
a robot. But yeah, I don't know either. I feel like also there's another thing on that listing that was the next masterpiece transformer, which is Cliff Jumper,
Yes.
Yes.
which is awesome and kind of nuts that that's finally
Mhm.
gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yay!
I'm very interested, to see what this cliff jumper gets retooled into.
Bumblebee.
Well, obviously that. But like, there's hubcap, there's bumper if they want to go deep cut for selects. There's
Cliff,
tap
Rune,
out,
whatever her
Cliff.
name is.
Oh shoot, that's not what's supposed to happen. Technical difficulties, everybody. It's all right. We're fixing it, and
Depends
we
upon
are
which
back.
one you're talking about. There's rescue, and then there's like searchlight from the throttle bots, and there's like a number of throttle bots
Bug
they can use.
bite. I want bug bite.
Bug bite
Bug
too,
bite.
yeah.
Gold bug.
Gold bug. I feel like would also be obvious. out
Gold
of
bug
this.
will definitely. I feel like gold bug will definitely happen. Gold bug, Bumblebee, and I feel. Oh, I would so love a wasp.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I would love a wasp so much. I know how unlikely that
We're
is.
lucky. We have 2 Cybertron references in Siege.
See, what would that reference be to if they did wasp? Technically,
Animated.
but it's really both at the same time.
No, it's animated.
But that is a reference to Beast Wars, so like
But
it's still a
the
reference.
only existence of Wasp as a car as Bumblebee is animated.
Yeah, but it's still referencing Waspinator while referencing Wasp. So it's still
You're
technically-
referencing Waspinator while referencing Wasp.
Oh shoot.
So, the possibility they may have to call him Waspinator for trademark purposes. I'll give you that. But
Yeah.
it's like, if we give it percentage, it's like 90% animated, 10% Beast Wars, and only because of
okay with that.
association.
Yeah.
And then the only other thing revealed was the Micromaster Military Patrol, which, hey, beside they and Starscream are literally the only Decepticons we know of, unless there's either A Decepticon Battlemasters, or B, another leader class that we don't know of.
Mm-hmm.
I also feel like I should mention it feels like now Astrotrain is kind of serving the same purpose that like Overlord did in Titan's Return, where he kind of eases us into the next line, because he doesn't have the same gimmick of being a Voyager class figure that then gets some armor.
Well, he's
As
a Voyager
the
class.
others in-
He's a Voyager class figure that just has an ammo rack.
Yeah. Which is essentially what Optimus Prime has, but he also has shoes.
Yeah, I guess it is true.
So he's kind of like the in-between, sort of like what Overlord did, where he could hold Titan Masters in his chest, but really it was made for Prime Masters.
Okay. I was so confused where you were getting at, but yeah. But yeah, I was thinking the same, that Astrotrain might be more of Earthfall, and also that's interesting to bring up, because
You just
according
said
to
Earthfall.
Earthrise. Earthrise, because according to the official product descriptions, these are to be the first wave of Earthrise is supposed to come out the 1st of March.
March, huh?
So that 5th wave of Siege is seems to technically fill the same spot as wave 1 of Siege. So it's not that they compressed 5 waves into a year per se. Like they're getting released, but they're getting released in December. But a lot of the Siege stuff also got released in December, and Eric disagrees with this.
So that's fair. That's fair. But yeah, so I'm very curious to see what all we find out about at New York Comic Con that we don't see here, since this is definitely, I would say if I had to guess, this is about half of what they have to show.
Mhm.
Also,
I feel
it's not
like
a coincidence that they showed all the Autobots. They're definitely going to show some Decepticons.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's like at last New York Comic Con, or what? No, not last New York Comic Con, but the one before, or even that one. Yeah, they seem to always show a lot of Decepticons at New York Comic Con. Because remember, like a couple of years ago, they showed all
No, I
the.
think it was New York Comic Con. Oh no, you're right. It's STCCs where they showed the Autobots, and then New York Comic Con was Decepticons. I was thinking that.
Yeah, because they showed off the Terracons a couple of years ago, and then last year is when we got our first look at really.
no, Toy-Con was where they revealed the Abominus.
No, but didn't they show off a bunch of the Terracons at New York Comic?
I think maybe at best they like showed off the Hunger Gray model, but when we like first saw them, it was it was Toy Fair. No, wait, never mind. Right, wait.
No, the Hunger Gray model was shown at
HasCon, wasn't it?
Because I was one of the first people in the world to see it.
I think.
But then they showed off the rest of the Terracons at New York Comic Con.
I got confused because it was Toy-Con when like we saw the full Abominus. And what I was getting confused at was there was candy corn all around. Because then I was like doubting was it October, but it was. I remember it being weird because it was February, and they had candy corn.
Yeah.
Huh.
That is weird.
Yeah.
If I'm right, I could have misremembered.
I feel like that's wrong because that's New York Toy Fair, and they were definitely revealed before then. New York Toy Fair is in February. New York Comic Con is in October.
No, that's what I'm saying.
No, he's talking about Toy-Con, I thought.
Toy Fair. That's what I meant.
Toy
Oh
Fair.
yeah, he kept saying Toy-Con, and I was like, what is he talking about?
I
thought maybe there was something that I was forgetting.
Toy-Con NJ that I went to once.
Wow. You remember that more than the biggest toy event of the entire year.
Look, when I was
fan
there,
of
I was
Super
calling
Bowl.
that Toy Fair.
Sure,
So-
Michael. Make all the excuses you want. You're not a real fan.
Fake fan.
Yeah. Because you have to prove yourself to be a fan of something, right? That's how it works.
That's absolutely how it works.
Yes. that
What do
makes
you mean
perfect sense.
gatekeeping? What's that?
Yeah,
I wouldn't
what's
know. I'm not a nerd.
But yeah, was there much other news this week?
There was, I don't think. Oh well. That's
also, I do know that it is worth saying. Sorry, that there are going to be Studio Series reveals at whatchamacallit, at New York Comic Con, because all we'd seen was Generation stuff. So I was a bit worried, but the press release does say that. So just wanted to say that.
I really hope there's bots. I'm getting scared. There's no more bots.
I also do hope there are more bots. I also don't know, even if there were more bots, that they'd get shown off there. Also, we do have Generation Selects, the last 2 C-Cons, one of which is a frickin' Moon Racer mold reuse. Well, it's really a retool, but like it's a reshell. It looks like it may use the same combiner peg. Otherwise, an entirely new toy, but based off that engineering. Oh my goodness.
All the girls have to use the same mold, guys, and skill is definitely coming out of that.
Jeez. That's crazy.
Yeah. Eric, back to my BotBots thing. I specifically say that because all the other times BotBots were at a convention, there was like a press release the week before being like, hey, here's some more BotBots.
Yeah.
Also, we've literally seen all of the bots that have been shown off at conventions and whatnot. So, if there are to be more bots, there's got to be something shown here, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be very sad if BotBots were canceled. Oh, also, the Hasbro Pulse pre-orders for the Japanese hard-to-get Dino cassettes and Frenzy 3-pack have been starting to get canceled. So guess what? Those hard-to-find Dino cassettes are still going to be hard to find. Sorry.
Look, let me tell you. You can check out my review if you want to be feel better about having missed it.
Wait, are those the same Dino cassettes?
Yes, I ordered them at first, and I think these might be other pre-orders for like a second shipment, second thing because I pre-ordered and I got it on the first shipment. Look, that it is no. Just watch my review. You'll understand.
He wants your clicks. No, I'm kidding. Oh, also, side note, this isn't Transformers related, but it's super cool, and I just need to give a second shout out to, just a quick shout out to it, is that Revoltech, they did a Bleeding Edge Iron Man figure that I thought was super, super original and cool. I was like, man, my life would just be perfect if they did a War Machine version of this, but like specifically using like the gimmick of the Bleeding Edge stuff, which I was like, I don't know how they do that, but it'd be the coolest. And they did it, and there's a War Machine Revoltech figure coming out that basically you could just attach weapons in any configuration. Oh wow, Speed Demon.
I did forget to mute there. I'm sorry. I got
okay.
upset by the motorcycle outside.
So yeah, War Machine is awesome. Also, we have... Okay, let's talk about Cyberverse first. We have two things that we'll talk... Oh, no, we have three things. First, we'll talk about...
Eric,
what?
can I interrupt with one more Generations-related thing?
Well, mine is also Generations-related, so what is yours?
Talking about the exclusives for NYCC.
That is exactly what I was going to talk about. We're on the same page. They are...
But you said Cyberverse.
I know. That's what I said. We were talking about Cyberverse, and then I was like, wait, actually, there's one more thing. That's
Okay.
what the one more thing was. Deluxe Class Chromar and Deluxe Class... well, they're both selects. Cybertron Defense Hotshot out of Hound.
Woo!
Yay!
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 Literally all of my predictions came true.
All of them?
All of them.
Wow.
What were the other two?
I know
They
one
were-
was Bakery Bots, basically, right?
Yes, which were bakery bites, which, I mean, they didn't get proper release, but last at SDCC, they said they'll get a proper release in the fall in the US. I mean, they're out, so they count. And also that not all of Devastator would be released in 2020.
That
Wait,
was
what?
one of
They
my
said that? Oh, wait, no, in 2019.
that was one of my predictions. The other one was
2019,
Micromaster
yeah.
Combiners, which I'm still counting. And then the third one was a Star Saber of some kind, but that doesn't look like it's going to happen.
No, not this year.
I don't even remember what mine were.
Good thing someone wrote them down and hopefully knows where that file is.
We all have access to that file, technically.
We
Think
do.
I'm going to access a file? Who do I look like to you?
No, I think he's talking about the actual podcast, as opposed to like a written document
Oh, yeah.
or typed document.
Oh.
Well, actually, no, I was referring to a typed document.
Oh, okay.
There are show notes for that episode, and that's what the show notes are our predictions.
So we
Yeah.
gotta find show notes.
Yep. Okay. So next thing, Cyberverse. Not only has a season 3 been confirmed with an episode count, but that episode count suggests there is a movie.
Yes.
So, Michael, do you want to explain this?
If I can find the article, because I don't remember the numbers all too well. I'll be honest.
Let's see.
Hey. Somewhat unrelated. How long do you think it'll be before we get a toy of that Cyberverse lockdown?
A while.
Yeah, that's what I would say too. I really want that female lugnut whose name I don't remember. Clobber. Clobber!
Yes.
I want Clobber. I want like a...
How
Oh,
long?
there we go.
I want an Earthrise Clobber.
So what is up is that it's saying 62 by 11.
Oh no! Why does this keep happening? Because Skype is terrible. Don't worry, guys. It's gonna be alright. I'm not stalling. I'm just assuring you while the problem is fixed. AKA
18 times 2, 62 minus that number, you get 26 left. So, unless they change the number of episodes they're going to do, then there's going to be an 8-minute, hour-long movie. An 8-episode.
I was gonna say, you just said an 8-minute, hour-long movie.
That's not how time works.
Not until you get near a black hole, then it gets a little wonky.
How do you know? You ever been near a black hole?
Yes, and it was not fun.
Oh.
I love how shocked you said. It's just like, oh.
I'm sorry for your loss, Michael.
He's here.
I'm sorry for your loss.
I'm really confused, but that's just generally what happens when I look at Zeus's face, so.
Oh.
What is this? Some kind of regular show?
No.
I got that reference.
It's anything but regular.
Oh my god.
Regular show. Anything but. Anyways,
Mhm.
yeah, so that would be interesting and kind of cool. Not gonna lie, I'd be down for that because I like Cyberverse.
Yes.
In a movie would be excellent. And I'm glad that it's getting a season 3 because so far I'm liking season 2, even though I've only seen like 2 episodes, but it's okay.
Yeah.
How many are out?
Officially 5 on the Cartoon Network website. However, all of them have at this time premiered in certain countries across the world.
Wait, all of season 2 has?
Yes.
Like the
Like,
season
we're
2 finale has?
Yes.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah, so support the original show and whatnot, but like you could certainly find them through the internets.
In English or no?
English, because yeah, they're all English because they premiered Australia and New Zealand is their premiere, and the last episode premiered September 17th, 2019.
Wow. Okay.
I think it's because like Australia was like double booking episodes per day and then doing doing 2 episodes both days of the weekend.
Yeah.
We're close. Okay, because episode 16 is listed as September 15th.
Gotcha.
And the episode 17 is the 17th, so they were like doing 4 episodes a weekend basically.
Okay, gotcha. And then the other thing is a third-party company, kind of. Not, I guess it's not real. It is APC Toys, APC-001 Attack Prime, which is an unofficial. It's a KO but it's sort of like an upgraded KO. It has more accessories to the first edition Voyager Optimus Prime. I also noticed that in the whatchamacallit, in one of the original translated blurbs that came with pictures with this from the company, was saying, does it look better in like the regular colors or black? I have not seen anything of it in black yet, but I would really like it if they did a Nemesis release version of it too. I would buy both. So, I'm just saying, I'm also on board for this. Basically, this isn't third-party Transformers Prime stuff, but this is basically the Transformers Prime equivalent of an MPP-10, where they took it and they, they aren't upscaling it, but they're improving it, and as a KO, they're actually giving it different stuff and everything. It's not just a straight-up rip-off. So I'm definitely excited for it, and I hope they continue to do this. I really hope the third party moves into actually doing Prime figures as well, but I'll take this for now because I really like a lot of the Prime toys, so if you just upgrade them and give them to me, yeah, I'll buy them. I'm fine with that. So.
Ooh, imagine if they did one for Soundwave. That would be pretty cool.
That would be fan-freaking-tastic. Just make his hands better, basically. That's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that is about it for the news. So, pretty pre-orders of the week. Jared, what are our pretty pre-orders?
I
I just wanted to see what you would do.
I actually have one.
Okay, what is it?
It's the Furai model Devastator kit.
$80.
Yep, $80. Estimated January. And I actually kind of can't wait for this set. Looks really good.
It's pretty cool. I'm curious how big it is.
Apparently it's not that much bigger than the rest of the kits.
7 inches tall.
Okay.
So that's why is it 80? As opposed to what are the others? 40?
I think it has a lot of parts.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it definitely has more parts per limb than the average of their model kits. But also, if you want to go pre-order the new wave of Seacons, you can do that.
Yes.
So, yeah. Other than that, what have we gotten recently? Let's not do everything since we've last gone. Just talk about the best to most recent stuff. I've gotten so much stuff since we last talked, because it's been forever, obviously. But one of the
We
most
just
recent
talked
things,
last week.
well, we didn't post that.
That's true.
The Generation Select Nightbird I just got. I've had Zatar for a little bit, but I just got Nightbird the other day, and I'm very happy to have a Nightbird toy. I never got the Takara one. I wanted it. I do see the one that I have. I am glad is the one that I have, because out of the 3 Takara ladies they did, I have Black Arachnia, who they are definitely going to get to last, because Slipstream has a very solid chance of being made in Siege at some point. Well, not Siege, but Earthrise at some point, or further down the trilogy. I feel like she's a likely candidate, but even if not, there's plenty of stuff in Cyberverse and everything, so they're both getting, those two, Nightbird just got new figures, they got updates, but Beast Wars, ha 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 ha, no, that's not gonna get new stuff.
Next year.
That's what they say every year. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that it's in screw Beast Wars. I really love Beast Wars, and I would absolutely love new Beast Wars. It's just I've pretty much lost hope that it's going to happen in an official capacity anytime soon. So yeah. Other than that, is there anything else to talk about?
I have things that I got.
Yeah, what else? What did you get?
I got a Bisque and I got the Rainmakers.
Good job.
Nice.
You done good, kid.
I done good, kid.
I got all the Series 3 bots, so those reviews will be coming up on the channel.
All
Nerd.
of them?
All of them.
Whoa, good job.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
And I've also done other stuff, but I've reviewed some of it on my channel, so go check that out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got, as you've probably heard, the Field Eye model kit for Nemesis Prime, the IDW version.
Oh yeah, that
And-
looks so good.
It's amazing. I gave him all. This is the first one that I put all the stickers on, and oh my god, this thing is great. And one thing, I don't know if it's because I suck at model kits, but this one is much like more solid and sturdy than the regular color Prime. Because after a while, my regular colored Prime started getting really loose. But for this one is dead solid. And yeah, me happy.
I need to actually buy one. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, also I got Hunt for the Decepticons leader class Starscream from Revenge of the Fallen recently.
Heck yeah.
And this
Yeah.
this toy is good. Me like this toy. Me like it a
Nice.
lot. And yeah, got it off eBay. Missing his gun, but everything else is here.
Oh, I also got Hightower. If you don't like Hightower, I don't like you. I'm just kidding, but you should all love Hightower because he's precious and he needs to be protected. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I guess that's about it for this week. So it's good to.
Eric,
What?
can I pose a question
All
to
right.
the pod?
Yes. I'll take a question.
And it's related because so we now know Earthrise is a thing. What is a toy, a mold, something along those lines, a character that you think will see release in this line?
Hmm.
You can have a safe guess, and you can also have like a very out there guess too. At the very least, then after everyone goes. So we
Out
can talk-
there, so out there guess is definitely a Metroplex pre-tool, whether that be a Metro Titan or something, but like get a new mold that they will then release as Metroplex later down the line.
Hopefully, after they actually get to Scorponok.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Hopefully in
thinking.
2021.
Yeah, but you know, that's my out there guess. My safe guess would be, I mean, obviously Bumblebee, but like I'm gonna say like, I think we could get a Jazz.
Yeah. For safe guesses, let's not be like, what could it be colored, retooled into?
Yeah.
Because
All right.
Trailbreaker and Inferno are also very safe,
Mhm.
are super safe guesses.
Okay, I just want to make sure we're getting Seekers again, right?
Yeah,
we're
we
getting
are.
Starscream,
Okay,
so
my safe guess
Thanks.
then
What
is
we're
the
getting.
Coneheads.
very likely.
Yeah, that feels very safe.
Also, I'm just
I'm
curious.
trying to think of an out there
for
one.
everyone. Do you guys think yes or no that Siege Stars? I mean that Earthrise Starscream will will actually be a retool of Siege Starscream, or if it'll be more of a Siege Prime to Earthrise Prime situation?
I think it's going to be Earthrise, a comparison with the Earthrise.
Gotcha.
To an extent, like I feel like there will certainly be elements like I could see the arms doing very similar things, but it's mostly just with how the backpack goes and
Yeah.
how some of the kibble is displaced that it doesn't unless, I mean, of course there's always the history of like large undercarriage kibble for jets, but if they try to be reasonably clean with it, then it's going to be hard to get a F-15 fighter, because that's what I'm assuming, and I have to keep telling myself that because I keep assuming F-22.
I keep
because-
thinking F-22 also, just because that's what Starscream is in my head.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I personally, I mostly think of that because of like the time they, like Thundercracker had that body in the IDW, and that would look good. But What was my train of thought? Oh yeah, I don't know how much they could straight up retool.
Yeah. Okay, but anyways,
I think. Oh, I think I've got an out there guess.
You know?
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is what's your
It's-
out there guess?
Yeah, it's really out there.
Omega Supreme.
What?
I said Omega
Oh hey,
Supreme.
Angelus, where did you come from?
No, my out there guess is going to be Lockdown. Just because I think with him making an appearance in Cyberverse, it might be
I
a
really
good time
hope
to
you're
reintroduce
right.
him into Generations.
I would absolutely love it if you were right.
Yeah.
I know. I'm almost definitely not going to be, but imagine if I was, though.
Mm-hmm.
Jared, what do you
Mhm.
think?
I have an out there guess. It's most likely not going to happen, but from recent time, or not recent times, but my out there guess is a Sandstorm retooled from Springer, since that usually happens, like a heavy remold of the Springer mold.
There's more precedent for that than for my out there guess.
Yeah, I was gonna
so-
say that's. I think that's a reasonable out there guess.
I mean, like it's semi-reasonable, but I feel like not guaranteed
No, yeah.
because like while I'm sure all these figures, well, okay, we've only seen like 4 figures, so it's hard to tell like how many bodies from Siege will be imported over into
Earthrise.
Earthrise, which I mean theoretically there should be some, but
Mm-hmm.
no guarantee.
Although it could be a Combiner Wars Titans Turn situation.
True.
Though I find that much unlikely because this
Yeah.
is more planned out than that. But
Yes. But for me, I kind of just, well, I kind of want to figure out what my safe guess is. Because there's 3 what I feel are really safe guesses. Well, 2 really safe and one that's, I feel reasonably safe considering like what's going on right now.
mm-hmm.
Tracks,
Yeah.
because literally now, if Wheeljack is truly a thing, then there's only one set from that original vote that didn't happen.
Tracks and Needle Nose.
Yeah, Tracks and Needle Nose. Sunstreaker has to happen at some point.
Yeah.
Oh my
It has.
God. He
I
needs
thought-
to.
He needs to. But the one I feel like might be a little more out there, but I still feel reasonably safe, is a new Skids.
Oh yeah. That does. I feel like that is very likely.
I thought of
Because-
another one that's kind of out there, actually.
what?
Slipstream. Because we're getting new Seekers.
I
Yeah,
don't think that's
Yeah.
that out there.
No.
it's
Well,
not that.
It's not as out there as my other one, but I don't think it's necessarily safe either.
Yeah, because look what we got from the Seekers for Siege.
We got the Rainmakers.
We got
Yeah.
the Makers and Red Wing. But yeah,
Plus, Slipstream is in media again since she's in Cyberverse.
yeah. I feel like part of me feels like that we're only gonna, at most from what we got this year, deal with another Thundercracker or Skywarp because the other ones have only really been seen on Cybertron
Yeah.
in the cartoon. I mean, Red Wing never existed, but like they were just like, hey, fun collab with Target. And there's no way, I doubt, unless they do another Red Wing Red Card exclusive in 2020, it ain't happening.
I would actually buy that if they did that. Like if they
I
just
would-
did Red Wing in the new mold, I would totally buy the Red Wings to go next to each other.
I would, I mean, admittedly, I would do the same.
I still need to get the Siege Red Wing.
Which
Yeah,
I
that's-
really do like. He's really good.
Yeah. I have another kind of out there guess. It's probably not going to happen, but a possible like retool of Ultra Magnus into a Delta Magnus.
Well, that wouldn't be a retool. It'd just
Well,
be
yeah.
straight up repaint. But I would
Okay,
absolutely
out there, yes.
love that. Although,
That might be a
That's
select
That's
thing.
a selects thing because I don't think that would be on Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah, that absolutely would not be an Earthrise thing. I almost said Earthfall again.
That's going to be
Super-
part 3.
Super out there guess.
Mhm.
Leader Thunderclash.
Ooh. That's more out there than Lockdown. That's impressive.
Yeah, because I don't understand. Someone, it was Wasp Shot at Wasp Shot on Twitter. He pointed it. He was saying like, there's a bunch of figures that never got redone, and I'm like, how have the Turbo Masters not gotten literally anything outside of BotCon? Like at the very least, Thunderclash.
Yeah,
That's-
really.
Of like,
It's gonna
online.
happen.
it's going to happen, but when?
Yeah, no, I know. That's what I.
Because it's also like Star Saber. Like that feels like that should happen,
Yeah.
but it's like it already
It
should.
should have happened in Power of the Primes or Siege, and it hasn't happened yet, and I'm mad.
I mean,
He's
I
more of
feel
a
like-
commander class, so you should be glad that they waited till after Siege.
yeah. If it does come out as Commander, that would be great.
Yeah.
I think that's where it would rock.
Yeah.
One kind of safe guess I have is a Perceptor, since we haven't gotten one since Titan's Return. But
I don't know. I think that's somewhat. I think that at the rate they're going with redoing the main cast, I think the Perceptor is happening at some point too. Probably.
yeah, maybe even
Blur needs to happen soon.
and Cup. We haven't had
Yeah,
it.
you're right. Although I want to say that I heard something about ideas that people had about Cup.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, probably reusing the engineering of Ironhide, but
Yeah, I was going to say, weren't people thinking that they could redo Ironhide into Cup?
Yeah,
mhm.
I could see it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Hope
Oh,
some
what
of
do you
this-
guys what do you guys think about the next Titan though? It's almost definitely not Scorponok, unless they're just like, yeah, forget the theme.
Yeah. No, yeah, I agree because seems reasonable as we were talking in our group chat before. Onset pre-war, pre-Earth Cybertron, Earth,
And then either back to Cybertron
Oh.
or the colonies.
post-Earth, which
Is
Yeah.
everywhere, yeah.
yeah, everywhere. Though there is
then
the
we
weird
could get
thing with
Beast
the-
Wars stuff, finally, maybe.
Yeah. Though there is the weird thing with this universe map we're getting in with
Oh
these.
yeah, we
Right.
didn't mention that. Yeah, that every toy comes with a piece of this map of the universe of the Transformers. So
So
that'll be
either
interesting.
like, so my thought, like I doubt we're gonna get a lot of it in Earthfall, but like
Earthrise.
thinking about with Astro Train, it might be possible like we'll see a few of those in the last wave in anticipation of the big here's the rest of the universe.
Yeah. What do you guys think the Titan would be if it's not a like how I proposed, like it's either Metroplex or Metroplex pre-tool? What
I'm
else
honest-
do you
Giant
guys think?
Micromaster base.
I'm
What?
honestly
A giant Micromaster base. I don't know who it would be, but it would be a
Grandis.
Micromaster base.
it'd be Metro Base, who is a Metroplex.
Yeah.
It'd be Metroplex in purple.
Yep. And then I proposed Metro Titan, which is Metroplex in red, white, and blue, basically.
Mm.
And then there's obviously Metroplex. I can't think of many others.
Because the main
Because
reason
everyone's just been like Scorponok.
no, it's not. As much as that would be great, it feels. I mean, it's been like it could have been longer, but it has been a while since Metroplex was released.
Yeah.
And it definitely on the earlier stages of them working with the Titans toys, because like everyone else that's not using shared engineering with Metroplex pretty much rocks.
Mm-hmm.
At the very least, with the combiners in the combined form, individuals not so much, but like Tripticon
The actual Titan.
really Triptychon really knocks it out of the park. Omega
Omega
Supreme,
seems like he
like
is.
he's
Yeah.
going to knock it out of the park. But Metroplex, and also his Metroplex is the Earth base for the Autobots.
Mm-hmm.
And his original toy was designed to be interactable with other vehicles. It feels kind of wrong to own the only Metroplex to have for this line would be one that was compatible with a completely different size class of cars that is not ramp compatible with everything else coming out.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes, if they're staying strict with this theming, it makes more sense to me for it to be Metroplex or some other Metro Titan or Titan from Metroplex that will become Metroplex hopefully 2022
Mm-hmm.
and it's not next year.
Yeah.
And then maybe after 2022 they redo Fort Max.
I think they wouldn't, but I would like them to, assuming they would do it better.
Yeah.
It's like they just remold him out of the new Metroplex, and he's equally as weird. Like they just make weird decisions with
Yeah.
the retooling. That'd be
Yeah.
funny.
Mm-hmm.
But
But yeah.
So definitely a lot to look forward to. New York Comic Con is this week. When is the Hasbro event? Is it Thursday or Friday?
Thursday.
Thursday? Cool.
Thursday.
So essentially, if you're listening to this, it's the day that it comes out. It is Wednesday. So tomorrow, it's Wednesday, my dudes. Sorry, I have to. We're the young podcast. I have to make those references. Anyways,
Yeah. That was Monday.
yeah. So tomorrow we're getting near Comic Con, and definitely stay tuned to all of our social media and stuff because we will definitely be keeping up with it and such. As things come out, we'll be seeing how things are the same as you. We may do a show if there's a ton of stuff at New York Comic Con that's like mind blowing that we haven't already seen and like know about. We might do something early. If not, you'll get the show hopefully the regular date, which is Monday night, Tuesday morning. We were a day late this week. But we have it. So definitely stay tuned to Nerdy Geek Talk, which you subscribe to Nerdy Geek Talk wherever you listen to podcasts, or on YouTube. Also follow at Nerdy Geek Talk on Twitter, which is where you can turn on tweet notifications if you want. I promise you won't get bombarded, but you will get notified the second that our podcasts go up, so you can go listen to them. Also follow at Steel City Bots on both Instagram and Twitter. We'll have stuff, as I mentioned, on our social media with New York Comic Con happening and everything. We also, I feel like it is worthwhile to mention, that everyone here except Michael and then also Miguel is going to TFCon DC. Also, John, Darth Forge on Twitter, if you interact with him, he's on Awesome Asylum and the Star Wars stuff, which we haven't done in a while. There should be an Awesome Asylum also releasing this week. John will also be there too if you've listened to him on Nerdy Geek Talk at all. So if you are going, definitely say hi to us and stuff because it's always nice to talk to people. So yeah, it should be a fun time. It'll be me, Jared, John, and my friend Johnny all in a car ride to Washington, D.C. So, yeah. And then Zeus has got his own plane ride, and Miguel meeting us there. So it's going to be a good time. So if
I'm
you,
gonna be there.
yeah, if you're going, avoid Zeus at all costs, but say hi to the rest of us.
Yeah, exactly that.
But yeah, so personally, you can follow me at Eric Crowbar on Twitter. That is Eric Crowbar with one R at the end. You can also go follow at Eric Crowbar with two R's at the end and see what that gets you. I swear to God, I didn't do that. That is a real person who did that without even telling me. As a
What a
joke.
legend.
No, he absolutely is. It's fantastic. So go check out at Eric Crowbar with two R's. You won't regret it. You might be a little disturbed, so maybe you will regret it, but do it anyways. Yeah, at Amherst Prime on Instagram if that's your thing, and also keep your eyes peeled at Brotatoes. That is also going to be active this coming weekend, for sure. Also, I'm going to start interacting with another comedy YouTube channel at some point soon, uh, so stay tuned to that. Michael, besides at RDSJ Gaming, where else can people find you on the interweb?
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at SoundJack426. Also, I have just opened commissions on coffee for toy photography and photo comics that I am now getting back into doing in a special layout. So, if you want to check those out, please do so.
They're really funny. The ones that you've put out so far, really like them.
There was one I meant to put out today, but it was just with how things went, it didn't get out today. So, well, when this podcast goes out yesterday. So, but it will definitely be out today because it's already done.
It's not out today, but it definitely will be out today.
Okay.
I understand what you know. I understand what you mean.
Yeah. It also because it's like after midnight today. So, too. So I'm just
tomorrow now.
So when was today? Yesterday?
Yes.
Okay.
Today.
Anyways,
is that it?
Yeah.
Then,
since you already said the RDSJ gaming thing.
Yeah. Zeus, where can people find you on the interwebs?
You can find me at _Zeus on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, even though I don't use the last two very often. That's the word _ spelled out. That's it. End of thought.
Mm-hmm.
Woohoo. Jared,
Duck
where can people
Tales.
find you on the interwebs?
You can find me on Twitter at dreadprime_. That's where I'm at basically all the time. I'm also on Instagram at jarpro00. That's where I do my nightbots, which I have to get back to doing. The light that I use for those things died, so I need to charge it, and I'm just too lazy to grab the find the charging cable because I probably lost it. Yeah, that's all where you can find me.
Oh, also, check out my Twitter and stuff if you're interested in buying some toys. Not just Transformers, a lot of stuff, because I'm going to be posting a lot of my stuff, because I'm selling a lot of my stuff, because of the fact that I mentioned Unicron, Hot Toy Scarlet Spider. Those two things I envision as being centerpieces in my collections for a long time, if not like forever. So I need both of them, and they're both very expensive and charging on the same day. And Force Friday is this Friday, where I intend to buy a lot of stuff as well too. So yeah, I'm going to be downsizing all my collections, and you guys can reap the benefits. So stay tuned for some sales posts.
That reminds me, I also have a sales thread. I'm not selling as much, and I need to update it because I've got some stuff that I am going to be trying to sell.
Oh, yeah.
I do have a sales thread.
Same here. I had a sales thread up as well.
It's sales season.
Wow, Jared, way to be the one person that isn't in on the sales.
Yeah, sell some stuff, Jared.
No.
Yeah, what's your problem? Anyways.
Yeah.
A lot, but...
All right, so I think that is about it for this episode. So thanks for listening. We're glad to be back, and we'll catch you next time. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.